All right, we got a revealing interview with Brian Birmingham, WoW Classic lead and YouTuber Countdown, finally exposing Blizzard's true agenda. Now, many of you have asked for some changes you'd like to see to your favorite class to make them a little more viable in the next Classic WoW re-release, but I've got some disappointing news for you. It's not going to happen. Blizzard admits that they could, but won't. Let's listen to a short clip from the interview.
Is it even a possibility that classes could be tinkered with?
It is possible. It is, as you say, like a matter of like resource constraints. One of the things that people were asking us to do was, could you guys please rebalance the classes? Especially like if you like to play something like Moonkin or Retribution Paladin. And we decided not to. And the reason is we wanted you to have that challenge of like, hey, here's the challenge we're putting before you. Which tools do you want to use? And if you think that Moonkin is a bad choice, well, then don't choose it. And I know it feels kind of bad if you really like Moonkin. There's other places where you can play Moonkin, right? And this is a classic challenge. And so, like, if we wanted to, do we have the capability to rebalance classes? Yes, we're choosing not to.
Now, if you ask me, it's a little hard to believe that there are limited resources. It's just hard to believe. Let's see here. Activision Blizzard is one of the largest players in the gaming industry with 2020 net revenue of $8.1 billion and net income of $2.2 billion. Its market capitalization was $71.6 billion as of July 9th, 2021. By January 2021, the company's net value was estimated to be $72 billion based on its stock trading price due to the ongoing demand for video games. Also, it's weird to me that they say they don't want to rebalance classes because they want to keep it the classic experience, which sounds to me like no changes, and yet they've made lots of changes in other areas. So why is it that some minor class rebalancing is completely off the table? Because it would then no longer be the classic experience. If you ask me, a 40% bonus to experience from all quests totally changes the WoW Classic experience. By the way, they literally said they wanted to make leveling feel more like the pace from TBC, which of course is a different non-vanilla experience. But with the limited resources of a small indie company, making small changes here and there and making Prot Paladins, Ret Paladins, Boomkins, or Shadow Priests a little more viable, I guess, is too much of a change, especially since the spells and abilities from TBC that make them viable don't already exist. I seriously think it would be cool to see that in Classic. Now to the big topic of botting and the truth of the situation. Let's listen in.
When people do raise examples like, I don't understand why I can do a Who search and see 25 ungilded mages in Botanica, or back in Classic when we saw the 65 ungilded rogues doing the BRD pickpocket farm, which is another one that you guys addressed, which is fantastic.
Right.
But when people can see that on a Who list and they can always see every day that they log in that something is going on and they're there for months and they report them and nothing happens, what can you tell those players about the proactive approaches that go towards botting?
Well, what I will say is it's hard from a player perspective to see what actually happened. Like, you give this example of like, I see this bot, I report this bot, nothing happened. And I go back and say to the people who are working on this, like, hey, they say they saw this bot and it came back and nothing happened. Like, what can you tell me about it? And they say like, well, we did ban that bot. When you say it came back, like, why do you think it came back? Like, well, it has the same name. Well, we banned him, so that name became available. So then they made another bot and had the same name. So it looks like the bot never got banned, but in practice, what actually happened was like, we're banning them thousands a day, like literally thousands a day. I double checked this number because I knew that it was likely to come up. Was like, if we look at the number of bots we're banning, it's thousands a day. So when we see that in comparison to like, okay, well, I see 5 bots or 10 bots or even 15 or 20 bots, right? That means you guys are doing nothing. It's like, no, we really are. We're doing a ton. We are even banning the ones that you're reporting. It's just that they come back.
All right, first of all, let's be real here. The BRD pickpocket change doesn't actually change anything with botting. It just ruined a gold farm. If this was a step in the right direction, then next they should go ahead and add a debuff for when you mine too many freaking thorium nodes, you skin too many beasts, or you gather too many herbs consecutively. Removing farming methods is not the solution to getting rid of bots. It actually just doesn't make any sense. I mean, might as well remove all the freaking pools of fish from the game. Now, let's say hypothetically, if they really are banning thousands of bots per day, why is there a level boost for sale that gets the bot TBC ready to go back farming immediately? Literally all the bots I see in TBC are wearing the freaking communal gear, which is what boosted characters start with. And I want to address a comment here from Bruno Salier. He says, one of my accounts was banned in 2014 and the character name still exists in the database and WoW Armory 7 years ago. The name is still taken. Now, this is just someone's comment. I don't know if it's true, but if so, this would debunk this whole recreating with the same name idea that we've been told. But if it is true, then that's great. But I honestly have my doubts that thousands of bots are being banned every single day, and thousands are repurchasing the game, repurchasing the Dark Portal Pass, and renaming their characters the same names every single day. Now, the last topic I want to talk about today is the GDKP opinion during the interview. Are they good or bad for the game?
To the extent that it encourages gold buying, I hate it, right? I don't want real money transactions to be involved at all.
Come purchase the Dark Portal Pass character boost. Use a real money transaction to skip ahead of everyone else. Get all your weapon skills maxed. Get your level 40 mount, all Azeroth flight paths, and more. Now for only $39.99. That's literally what it does. That's literally what it costs. Honestly, it's a real issue. Gold selling and buying and botting are all interlinked. Botters sell the gold. Players buy the gold. Some players feel like they need to buy the gold to keep up with the other people who bought the gold, which you could also argue is the exact same situation for the Dark Portal Pass. A free level 58 profession alt, gonna need to buy that to keep up with everyone else who bought it. So really, it's almost as if it's the same exact problem and Blizzard is okay with it. Now, the last update is that there is also now an extended duration for the gold buying ban. It's now 2 weeks instead of the 3 days. That's all I got.